Hey guys, good morning. Saturday at around 11, almost 12 o'clock, and today I'm excited to bring to you my not quite a week review of the of my LG V20. Got it on Monday from AT&T, and obviously been using it since then, so I got a pretty good grasp on how the phone is and whether or not I like it or not. I am coming from a Note 7, and this was my choice. Just to put this out there, I'm not going to compare it to the Note 7. I don't actually, for whatever reason, don't think that's a fair comparison, since Samsung and the Note 7 is a completely different phone. So I'm not going to be comparing anything to the Note 7 from this phone. If I ever used like a G5 or a V10, I think that would be what I would compare it to, but since I've never used one of those, I won't compare it to that. So this is going to be just a standalone review of the V20, just as it stands. Also, I'm not going to give you a lot of technical stuff. It's just going to be a pretty plain, simple user review. I'll let you know if I like something, tell you why I do, why I don't, and that kind of stuff. So with that, let's get started. Obviously, you can see here it's the titanium color, AT&T, and because I'll probably forget if I don't say, one unique thing about this phone is it's got the removable, if I can do it on camera. It's easy to do when I'm the removable battery, but I can't seem to do it. There we go. So, gosh, I don't even know any other phones that do it. I'm sure there's something out there that has removable battery, but I don't know what it is. So, one of a very unique feature of this phone, the removable battery. I personally probably won't be ever removing it or replacing it or getting another one. I don't know. Maybe we'll see if they're not too expensive or something. But I just don't see myself removing it. But if you are one of these people that like that, then this is really one of the only phones or flagship phones out there that that do. And with that off, you can see the cover. Now I want to talk about the build quality of the phone. And this whole middle section, it's a good what's aluminum, aircraft recycled aluminum. There goes the phone. So they're using really good, solid materials for the phone. If I can get it snapped on there, make sure it's all snapped. So you got this whole part that's aluminum, and the bottoms are, I think it's more of a plastic type material. So when this thing is dropping, you've got some good impact. Metal, if it was all metal, then it wouldn't absorb the impact like that does. So at least they're thinking about when you're dropping this phone. And I've watched the drop tests and stuff, and this thing is doing a really good job on the drop test. So you've got a good solid device phone if you like to go without a case and stuff. I personally like cases, so I never have a problem. As you can, so it's got a nice, cool little design. If you can kind of see how these things slant, makes for kind of it's just a cool little design feature. You got the backs that are rounded, which that's really nice. Makes it for a very comfortable feel in the hand. It is a fairly light phone. It's not too heavy, and I will apologize for I will probably have some cats in the scenes. Got 3 of them moseying around here. But it's a very comfortable phone to hold. It is a very big phone. You do have a 5.7-inch screen. So it is going to be a very big phone. I would suggest that you go to a store and pick it up and hold it in your hand if you're not sure. I guess depending on what phone you're coming from. But you definitely should get it in your hand to hold it, because you just might think it's just way too big. I personally like really big phones. I've had like the Nexus 6, and there's my cats. So I don't mind big phones at all. Actually kind of prefer them. But overall, I'm real impressed with the build quality of this phone. You know, as you're looking at it, it's not the prettiest looking phone out on the market. It's kind of plain and simple. You can hear them wreaking havoc in the background. It's simple looking, but I actually like it. It doesn't look bad to me. The front of the phone looks amazing. It looks like you could just have this huge giant screen on there. Very thin bezels. And not too much chin in the top. Something that's definitely real happy with the build quality of the phone and how it feels in your hand. So you know, because I'm looking right at it, the fingerprint scanner on the back works really good. This is the first phone that I'm using with it on the back, and I'm finding out that I'm really liking it a lot. It works really good. That's also the power button, as my cat thinks it. She likes it. Come on now, over here. Works really good. It's really fast. There we go. Really fast. I don't actually have the lock screen on because I'm at home and stuff. But it works really good. I'm actually really liking that a lot. It is very flush to the phone, so I think if you have a case, you know, when I pull this out of my pocket, when I don't have a case on it, sometimes I struggle to put my finger right on it. But when I have a case on there, because of how the cases are built, my finger goes right to it. So enjoying it. Works really good. Looking behind me to see what they're doing. So yeah, even some guys at work that I showed this to, one guy immediately went like he likes it on the back. Like he has a Samsung phone, and he just says, I really like that on the back. He says that's a really cool idea. So yeah, so it's really, and again, works real good. So on here we do have a cats are wreaking havoc. A 5.7 inch LCD screen. Looks great. Let's get it going on. Looks great. Images are sharp and clear. I'm constantly changing my wallpaper. Like every day, I just can't stop changing it. Everything I put on here has looked fantastic. For being, you know, a 5.7 inch screen. So I personally think you would like it. Again, not going to compare it to any other phones that are out there and other kinds of screens. I've not been disappointed with this screen at all. And I think it fairly gets, I have it on auto, bright. You know, out in the sun, it jacks up the brightness. I've not had any problems looking at it in the sun. In the dark, it goes back down. Again, don't have any problems looking at it. So I think you would like the screen. Excuse me. Oh, I need to change that. Sorry, talking to myself. A cool feature of this phone is what's called the second screen up here. Let me get that up in there. Well, that was, what am I taking a picture? I don't want to take a picture. Is the second screen up here. Honestly, that was part of something about the phone that attracted me to it. And I'm like, that thing looks like something I would use. And I absolutely love it. It's, I don't know. You see the light blinking. It's just a very handy part of the phone. If you don't know about it, basically it's just, I think it's a 1x2 or 1 by something screen that fills up this part, and you have the front facing camera over here. And hello, there's another one of my kitties. So as you can see here, there's just toggles up here. And then you can, oops, let's see if I'm trying to do this on camera without a cat. Here I have my contacts, and then I swipe, and then I have, you can have your name or anything. I personally have Android for Life up there. Just, I don't need to know my name. Hold on, cat's getting close to my pod. Yeah, stay over there. And you know, I have it the ability to play music up there. And these are my just app shortcuts that I have, and you can actually swipe over another time, and you would have your recent apps. I actually have that disabled. So that's the neat thing, is you can go in there and disable, like maybe I don't want all those screens, I just want this. So, and you can even rearrange them in the order that you see them, and they're real easy to, let's see, let's get something. They're real easy to, you just literally drag one and off. Let's put my Clash Royale up there, and I can put Clash Royale up there. Super easy to do. Same thing with this one, except you do have, I think the only other one you can have up there is a flashlight, and I actually have the camera in that spot, so you don't really have too much that you can do there. Here again, you do the same thing. You can set these things up, like if you want to change the name, all you have to do is hold on it, and then you have a whole bunch of fonts that you can use and you can put in. So it's super easy to modify and stuff. You should just have it on that. I absolutely love it. So when you get notifications too, obviously you get notifications in your app drawer too, but they'll pop up there, especially if you're downloading an app or something, it'll pop up there. And then if I'm watching a movie or something, I actually have where that screen turns off, so there's nothing there, but you can actually have it show the date and time if you want. You have the ability to say when it's on and when it's off. So like for me, at 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. I actually have it turned off. It's sitting on my dresser charging, so I actually have it turned off and stuff. And then you can, I think you can, certain apps that you have open, you can have it selected to where it's not showing and stuff. So you have some things to do up there, and it's neat too if you're watching or playing a game or watching a video and you get text message, it shows up in that little area instead of popping up in front of your screen and stuff. So that's something that I'm really enjoying a lot. I knew I would, but I'm happy that I am. So moving on to the performance of the phone. So I haven't used an LG phone in a long time, so I wasn't not too familiar with their whole UI theme. And so far I'm actually enjoying it. Haven't done any of the Nova launchers or any of that kind of stuff. I usually don't. I usually will stick with the stock UI, whether it's Samsung or whatever. But I actually am enjoying LG's UI right now. I am running a theme, by the way, that's normally all this is a white, and when you pull down the notification, that's always white. Just show, I'll show you what I'm running. It's called the high contrast theme. Makes everything black. There are a few other themes. You have to download an app to look at them, but there's like 5 or 6 of them, and they're not very good. I don't know if they're going to be a big theme store or not. I kind of hope there will be. But it changes this black and stuff, and makes your keyboard kind of black instead. So it's a nice little theme to use. But I'm liking the way it's looking. It's LG's got a ton of built-in features and stuff, like even the animation. I don't know if you can kind of tell, even doing that, or I'll let that sit down for a second, and then you can see the animation. Cats are going after my blinds. When you unlock the phones and stuff, but they got a bunch of built-in nice cool little things. Yeah, because it should have just swiped. But you got little animations and stuff. You can even go down here and change the order of these. I actually have them backwards, and they're knocking things down again. Because I'm used to it from Samsung phones being the opposite from what you get when you open it up. So I have them switched, and there's even a few other ones you can add down there as well. So that's a cool, new, nice little feature that I do enjoy. Let's see. The performance of this has been nothing but solid. No lag, no stuttering, nothing. Just 100% pure. And I've opened up apps and constantly going between apps. You can see all these apps that I've used today. Just going in between apps. well, let's go to actually something, you know, settings and stuff. But I mean, everything just, there's no stuttering, there's no lag, there's nothing. It's perfectly solid, very quick. So I've been extremely happy with that. Obviously, that's what you're wanting from a phone and stuff. So, also as to me, it's a little bonus that this was the first phone that wasn't a stock Android that got shipped with Android 7.0 on it, Nougat, and that's just a big plus. I'm really enjoying the notifications, how you can respond to emails or text messages within that. I think that's really just a nice little addition to it, but other things as well. My favorite right now is the double tap. When you double tap this, it goes back to your last page. I've used that a lot. I really enjoy that. So, and that's probably helping the performance as well. So overall, the performance and the look of the whole thing is, I'm loving it. The performance again is fantastic. So I think you'd be pretty happy with that. So I will talk about, let me turn it off, the cameras. It's got two, 16 megapixel and an 8 megapixel. 8 is just your normal, or the 16 is your normal camera, taking pictures and you know whatnot. And then you have the 8, which is your widescreen. Let me see if I can. And then nice little something you find in the settings to access your camera real quick. You can just, you have the down volume button and you double click it and it should open up the app. So I always, I'm trying to do this on camera is a little hard. Picture, and then if you want the wide view again, come on camera, see if I can do this on camera, switches to it, and if I can always get my fingers out of the way so you can see the difference. Let's see, not too bad for trying to do it on camera. Yeah, so I'm loving the wide angle. Like, I find myself taking a picture and then taking the same picture with wide angle, taking another picture, taking it with wide angle, so I get both views of it. And I've been so far I've actually been pretty happy with the camera. Outside in good sunlight and stuff like that, it's taking great pictures. It was raining all day yesterday, took some pictures, they looked good. Indoors they're looking good. I am a tad disappointed in the camera, just a little bit. Okay, my cat's gonna join us. In low light, I've found it to struggle a little bit. I've taken some good pictures in low light, and I've taken some pictures that should have been good in low light. So I'm a little disappointed in the camera, a little bit. But the pictures outside, normal pictures that I would be taking, have looked really, really good. So, and the wide angle, I'm very impressed with the wide angle. Obviously, it's just an 8 megapixel, so it's not going to quite come out as crisp. Come on, buddy. As the 16 megapixel camera, but it, you know, I think if you're out and where there's some nice scenery and stuff, you're really going to enjoy the wide angle. Also, low light in the wide angle, it's not going to look good. It's not made to look good in low light. But so far, like I said, I think it's a really, really good camera. I'm just a little disappointed in it in certain shots. I'm not getting that consistency that I like to see. But definitely really no major complaints. On the other hand, the selfie, which is a 5 megapixel camera, and sorry, I'm just adjusting a little bit. Also has a wide angle, but it's built a little differently. I think somebody said it was more an optical thing or something. I don't know. I'm trying not to get technical, or I really don't know what I'm talking about. Indoors, I'm actually kind of disappointed in the front-facing camera. Indoors, the pictures are looking very kind of soft, not very much detailed. I've had some that just looked absolutely horrible. I haven't really done much with it outside, but a little bit yesterday, and they definitely do look a lot better when the lighting condition is good. But it's there for selfies and stuff anyway, so it'll do the job. But that one, I definitely am a little disappointed in that it's not better indoors. But like I said, outside, I think you'll be fine. Definitely not the best one on all the phones that are out there. So more disappointed in the front, just a little disappointed of the one in the back, but still a very, very good camera. Can hold up to all the good ones out there. And as you can see, the little notification up there. Let's see if I can show you that animation. Nope. Battery life so far. So as you can see up there, I don't have my battery percentage on there. I don't like it on there. I will use it the first 3 or 4 days, just to make sure that I'm not getting extremely horrible battery life. But then I took it off yesterday because I don't want to turn on my phone and go, oh, why am I 5% less now this time than I was yesterday? And I'll be wondering why and stuff. But the battery life so far has been very good, but not great. I do believe people are out there, because I'm a huge Google Plus guy, that are getting better battery life than I am. Maybe by not by a lot, but I'm more of a light to moderate user, and it'll get me to 16 hours that I actually kind of want. It'll give me that every day. I would have liked a little bit more out of it, and it's I've had it since Monday, so I'm still thinking that it's going to improve over the next week. It might improve a little bit. So I don't talk about on-screen time. I don't look at on-screen time. I'm not somebody that cares about on-screen time. I use my phone, and then at the end of the day, I put it on the charger. But I do want it to get to that 16-hour mark. That just fits in my day better. Because I usually take this off on the weekdays, off at maybe 6:30, 7 o'clock, and it goes back on the charger at 10 o'clock at night. And I can have anywhere from, I've had as low as like 15%, and I've had 25, 30%. I think even yesterday I may have had the most, because I was a lot busier at work, so I didn't get to really mess with it. I didn't really play with the phone as much as I do. What are you doing? As I normally did. So I know yesterday I had good battery life, because I just didn't mess with it. So I'm sure my on-screen time was a little less than it would have been. I think if you're a power user, there's a good chance that it's not going to last all day. If you're heavy, I think you're going to have to charge it maybe 3/4 of your day. I don't know for sure, but again, I'm a light to moderate user. A lot of Google Plus, 3 or 4 YouTube videos a day. Really, I mean, that's kind of all I do, is just I do it multiple times an hour. I think the only other thing that, so you can see that right there. The only other thing that that I would use it for, that would be anywhere from 10 minutes to maybe an hour of using it, is using my favorite watch app, because I do have an Android Wear app, or Android Watch, and that's I don't know if you can read that on screen. Minimal and elegant watch face. Plug into my buddy. This is the best watch face you'll ever have. And so I do a lot of I might spend 10 minutes creating a face. I might spend an hour creating a face. So I haven't really done that with this phone yet. Been playing with it too much, but I'll probably do some today. So that'll probably drain my battery the most. Maybe a little bit of Clash Royale. I don't play it a lot. Maybe 1 or 2 games a day or every other day. But the way I check my battery, and it's kind of a weird thing, is when does it hit 50%? Yesterday it was at 5 o'clock before it hit 50%, just because I hadn't used it that much. But average, I was seeing about that 3 to 3:30, maybe 4 o'clock, when I was hitting 50%. And to me, because this has a 3200 milliamp battery in it, I'm good with that. I've had phones that were better, and I've had phones that were worse. So this is right in the middle. And I'm okay, and that's exactly what I'm looking for. So no complaints with the battery life. Hoping it does get a little bit better. Let me think. I think that's it. Just so you know, hey, look, headphone jack. And yeah, I'll talk about that in a second. And the speaker is down here. Speaker is pretty loud to me. I enjoy it. I again watch a lot of YouTube videos and stuff, and I think it's pretty loud. It's probably the loudest one I've had in a long time. Now the wireless. So this thing has got this thing called what, hi-fi. Let me look, because I'll probably mess it up just because I'm not thinking. Hi-fi quad DAC. You plug in some headphones, and my cat's gonna get. She's gonna join us. Plug in a good, decent pair of headsets, and you're gonna notice your sound quality increases when you turn that on. I've heard better the headset that you're using, the better the quality. I'm not gonna break it down because I don't know what it all means, but the sound will be crisper, clearer, maybe a little more bass. And you can tell the difference too when you turn it off and you turn it on. So a nice little feature to that. And one thing I did forget to talk about a little bit was, if again with the camera, if you are into a lot of manual controls, this is the best phone for that, hands down. And in fact, I'm going to try to learn how to use them. I'm going to watch the videos. I'm going to learn how to use the manual controls when taking pictures and video recording. This phone's making me want to know how to use it and stuff. So that, if you're into that, hands down the best phone you can get for that. With that being said, now I came from a Note 7. This was my choice. I wasn't looking for a phone to replace my Note 7. I was just looking for a really good phone. All the other phones out there, all the other Samsung phones and stuff, were already 5-6 months old. Nothing else got my attention. I know a lot of people went to the S7 Edge. I used one for a couple weeks in between my Note 7s when I was waiting for my replacement Note 7. Screen was too small. I didn't care for the dramatic edges that had. So that ruled that phone out. There wasn't any other phone out there that I really cared about. I know a lot of people went to the Pixel, but I'm on AT&T's next plan, so that wasn't even an option, and I didn't want the phone anyway. So I did my homework, and I found this phone. Found out it wasn't even out yet. Did my homework on it, watched all the videos, and picked one up again, like I said, Monday. And I absolutely love this phone. I really, really, really like it. Most of the phones I've owned were Samsung phones because they had what I needed in a phone, with a few Nexus phones in there, mixed in there. I will say this, that LG's on my radar for next year because I got this phone till next September. I'm curious to see what they're going to do next. I love Android, love all Android phones, so I don't really stick to a specific one, but I do lean toward the Note phones because of the stylus. It helps making these watch faces really easy, and it just usually will have what I'm looking for in a phone. But now LG is, and I love that second screen, is going to be something I'm going to look at next year for sure. I could get another one. So far, I'm really enjoying this phone. A lot more than I thought. It's an excellent phone. I even have a couple guys at work. One guy might be getting it any day now. He was like, that's it. He's got Note 4, so he was really impressed with this phone. I got another guy at work that's due for an upgrade, and he's looking at this phone and or the Pixel phone. And these guys that I work with, they don't know anything about Android. I usually tell them everything. They're your really average guys. They don't even know half of what it can do. They don't even know what Android version runs. They don't even know about, when I ask them, like, how do you like TouchWiz? They don't even know what TouchWiz is. So I'm teaching them. But this is an excellent phone all the way around. I'm super, super impressed. Again, I did not get this to replace my Note 7. I got this as an individual phone, and I'm treating it like that, and I am very happy with it. So I think you would too. But again, also get your hands on it. You just might not like the size of it. You may not like it at all. So with that, guys, by the way, that thing shows up at night. I think, you know, so it's kind of like an on-screen display, but it's up there. Anyways,